Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another installment of Scott's Selections here for August 30th. Before we get into today's play, a quick recap of what happened yesterday. We ended up picking up a loss with the Lakers -8 in the first half, which was available at -110 on Bet Online. Unfortunately, the game went exactly the way I thought it would for the Lakers offensively, as they were able to score 68 points in the first half. Portland had no answers for LeBron and Anthony Davis, and that definitely continued into the second half. However, the one area that definitely let us down was the Lakers' defense, which was completely smothering in the early part of the season, the early part of the series, I should say. But unfortunately, Portland's offense scored 68 points in the first half without Damian Lillard. Not really sure what the Lakers' game plan was defensively, but whatever it was, it clearly wasn't working. And for the Lakers, it doesn't matter, as they ended up advancing to the next round. But for us, it meant a loser. We're going to be looking to bounce back here with a Sunday NBA play, and we'll be on an afternoon match between the Los Angeles Clippers and the Dallas Mavericks. And the play that is going to be on the Clippers -10, which is available on Fox Bet at -110 at time recording of 3:23 a.m. Eastern time. Now, a couple reasons why I like the Clippers in this spot. First of all, there's a pretty solid line here in terms of discrepancy. You can get -10 at -110 on Fox Bet, but FanDuel has -10.5 at -106. So you're saving half a point by paying an extra 4 cents of juice. Definitely worth it, and that's also a great steal. But the main reasons why I like the Clippers are based on the fact that the Clippers are healthy and the Mavericks are not. The Clippers have basically everyone healthy with the exception of maybe Patrick Beverley, who has been upgraded from doubtful to questionable. So maybe Beverley can return, which would provide a nice boost for the Clippers defense. However, even if he's not able to go, the Clippers just have too much offensive firepower for the Mavericks to deal with, especially when Dallas is not at full strength. The Clippers scored 154 points in Game 5. Paul George finally woke up. He was great. Lou Williams only had 8 points, yet they still scored 154 points. And even if the Clippers obviously are not going to shoot 60-something% from the three-point line again, which they clearly won't, I still think that their offense should be able to score around 125 to 130. I think that should be enough in order to cover the spread. Dallas has a ton of injuries that I've been alluding to, but I'll mention them in more detail now. Doncic, as everyone knows, has a bad ankle. He played really well through it in Game 4, as he had one of the greatest buzzer beater and just game performances I've ever seen. But then Game 5, he struggled, and you also had the controversial thing with Moore stepping on his ankle. So I kind of question how healthy Doncic is. He's questionable for the game. I expect him to play, but definitely not 100%. Trey Burke is also injured. He's questionable. Tim Hardaway Jr. is questionable. Finney Smith is questionable, and Maxi Kleber's healthy. So, and Porzingis obviously is out with a torn meniscus, so he's going to be out for the playoffs. So their star center or power forward in Porzingis is going to be out again. Their best player, Doncic, has an injured ankle, and 3 of the other role players that they have on the team that actually play significant minutes in Burke, Hardaway, and Finney Smith are all questionable. I'm not saying that all of them are not going to play or some of them are not going to play, but even if a couple of them are not able to play, that's a massive blow to Dallas, who already has a pretty short rotation in terms of bench guys. Plus, if they end up playing through the injuries, you got to assume they're not at 100%, and they are not going to look as sharp as they normally do, especially on both sides of the ball, with how the Clippers have the ability to score at will with the likes of Kawhi Leonard. Hopefully, Game 5, Paul George that carries over. Alongside Marcus Morris, who's been very good in the series. Shaman had a good Game 5. And even Lou Williams, who did nothing in Game 5, but still has the ability to score 40-something at any given moment or 30-something at any given moment. So the Mavericks aren't healthy. They're facing elimination. The Clippers, it seems like they finally have accepted the fact that they're better than Dallas. We can't take our foot off the gas ever. We just have to take care of business, as they ended up doing in Game 4 as they blew a 20-something point lead. I expect the Clippers to take care of business and to end the series as quickly as possible. Plus, the Clippers, during the actual bubble and the added layoff for the boycotts, according to Paul George, he said that the Clippers actually got closer as a team, which should help some chemistry. I don't know if you believe in those reports or not, or if Paul George is telling you what he's supposed to say, but I actually do believe him, mostly because of the comments that Doc Rivers said about the whole situation. And since it was very heartfelt, and since it seems like his opinion had a lot of weight around the league, I definitely think the Clippers got closer together. So that's also a little bit of a unity thing, which could help out. But it's mainly based on the fact that you're getting a good number at -10. Mavericks are completely injured, and you have to question how many of these people will actually be able to go, or how effective they'll be, or even a minute restriction, and that should be a huge issue for the Mavericks to deal with the Clippers because of their depth. And as a whole, I just think the Clippers have taken care of business, and they finally kind of cracked Dallas's style of play and the fact that Dallas can't guard anybody. So the play today, once again, is going to be on the Los Angeles Clippers -10, which is available on Fox Bet at -110. That's been the installment of Scott's Selections here for Sunday, August 30th. Good luck to all of you and your respective bets today. Bye, everyone.